Hi, it's Dr. Stories, a mystical professor on this grand old Monday. I just want to get on here real quick and discuss the power of controlled imagination, or the power of self-discipline, or discipline mind and speech and imagination, all of them. Okay, it's important to be self-disciplined. Why? Because if you're self-disciplined, you will only reap what you want to. You see what I'm saying? God bestowed the most important and greatest gifts of all to humans only on this lovely planet of ours: mind and speech. And we have the ability to exercise those to give us whatever it is that we desire, because, all we're here for is appeasement of hunger. The other thing is, it's important to know that you get to take those with you. That's why else I started this channel, because I want you to understand what you really are. And I know that you've been taught differently, so have I. So at first, I know it comes as a shock, learning the truth of who you really are. You're God. You became God. You're God. You became man so that you could become God. I know it sounds crazy, but you were chosen in Him before the foundation of the world, guys. And the sooner you accept that, the better off you'll be. Otherwise, life will be really difficult for you. And like I've told you, I always get to experience planes, and here's one coming over. It's 104 degrees today. I'm getting ready to go right into the pool as soon as I finish this live. Or video. I felt the calling to talk to you about controlled mind and speech and being self-disciplined, okay? So Neville's wife, Neville Goddard, I teach law of assumption, mysticism, scientific evidence. Neville Goddard was the guru of law of assumption as well as mysticism, and that's the other thing I teach, okay? So if it doesn't resonate with you, then that's fine. I'm not here to convince you who you really are. I just want you to know, because I wish that I had had somebody like me when I was younger and not had found out 7 years ago. All right, that being said, I hope you're enjoying the backdrop outside. Like I said, it is 104, but it is extremely windy as well. So I've been having a hard time finding a good place, and this is actually my third recording. So Neville Goddard's wife had a vision. You don't hear much about his wives, except that he saw himself married to her. This is his second wife, and that absolved the marriage, and granted, he was able to get a divorce just by assuming he was married to another woman. That problem took care of itself. Literally, he had that problem, that mountain, jump into the ocean. It literally did. He was a perfectionist, a goat at mastering manifestation, literally instantly. Anyway, that being said, his wife had a vision, and as soon as she woke up from sleeping and had that vision, she ran to the dictionary, because she was told, you have to stop wasting your time, your money, and your thoughts. You have to invest them. So the difference between spending and investing is this: spending is basically you hope of no return. There is no return, right? You spend your money and you're not expecting any return. Whereas with an investment, you expect a return. See the difference? No return, no hope of return, versus you expect a return. And that's in your dictionary, probably Webster's. We could look it up right now. There's a difference between spending and investing. So you want to invest your thoughts, your time, and your money, right? That way you reap the benefits of investing your time, your money, and your thoughts, okay? When you spend them, that's like having negative thoughts or thoughts contrary to what you have imagined or what you expect to experience out here in this 3D reality, which I've told you time and time again is a dead neutral world. And you're always ahead of your evidence. The man did not go to the moon and then have the thought. The stealth bomber wasn't flown and then the thought was created to design it and create it. No, and not be detected on radar. No. The thought preceded the evidence, okay? I think that you guys understand that. So you're always ahead of your evidence, and you are waiting for it to manifest out here, or so you can experience it, because that's what you want, right? Right. That being said, you want to invest wisely, guys. Please, when there's something, and I'm saying this to people that have recently put comments out on my upload recently, should listen. I know if you're seeing something opposing that's in conflict, which you have assumed to be true, please do not spend your thoughts. Turn around and invest them. So I see $1 million in my bank account right now, and I go look inside of it. The birds always want to fly by when I'm talking to you too. Hey, that's great. You know, the birds love me too. Huh. Okay, so, and then you go look at your account and it says, I don't know, $1,600, and you're like, oh, see, no. No, let me correct that. There's a glitch. There is $1 million in there. There is $1 million in there. Or whatever the amount is. I don't know if it's 5,000, 10,000, 20, I don't know, or 100. Please do not give in to what you're seeing out here in the physical world. Correct it. Invest instead of spending and now negating what you have just affirmed, visualized, imagined, decided, assumed to be true. Put yourself in that state of consciousness. Do not spend your thoughts, your time, your money, okay, into thinking anything opposite, because now you're going over here, and that's what you don't want. No, I always have more than enough. God always supplies my needs. Thank God my income or my wealth increases every day. I don't know. Okay, if you can't, if that's easier for you, then that resonates with you, it's got to be natural, guys, then say that. Be that. Okay? You have all these beautiful techniques that put you in that state. Decide that you have something, and don't let the evidence tell you differently, okay? Invest your time, invest your thoughts, and invest your money so that you reap what you have sown, okay? I hope that makes sense, because I'm here to help you. I'm not here to see you struggle. I don't want you struggling, and trust me, I'm always affirming for you guys, or assuming, or scripting, or whatever, because I'm using them all for you guys. Trust me. When the time comes, I will show you my journal, okay? My goal is to be a mystic, a powerful mystic, and I tell myself that every day. And if I don't see what I want that reflects that assumption, I don't invest in that, or I don't spend my thoughts. Instead I invest my thoughts. Oh, no, I'm a powerful mystic. And I actually have had another vision today. I've actually had another mystical experience while I was sleeping, or I had another synchronicity, whatever. I'm going to tell myself the opposite of what this dead neutral world might be reflecting to me. That's how I'm going to do it. Okay, I'm doing the same thing that I'm teaching you. Okay, I want this to be so easy for you guys. I cannot make this any more vehemently clear. Don't spend your time, your money, and your thoughts on anything that's contrary to what you're investing in, okay? I'll say it as many different ways as I possibly have to for you to understand what I'm trying to say, and that it resonates with you, and that you are happy and you're not struggling and everything is perfect and you're experiencing heaven here on earth, true bliss and harmony, okay? Because I don't want to see the opposite. I'm not that person. You can go find that other person, because I'm not that person. I already know. I've already seen all those other coaches out there. I've already seen all those other supposed gurus that don't ever respond and say things that confuse you just as bad. That everybody wants to mock Neville. He's made it very clear. How would you feel? What would you see? What would you be thinking? What would you be doing and you live around it, it's in here, okay? Make sure that up here, mind and speech, you're saying and you're thinking that aligns with what you're desiring, okay? It's that easy. I know that you get frustrated. Okay, please don't. Tell yourself this is so easy for me. Correct that unruly donkey or horse. No, this is so easy for me. I always get what I want instantly. Never more than 3 days. God, am I so lucky. God, am I so amazing. Oh man, I'm a powerful mystic. You think I don't tell myself that? Of course I do. That's how I know that this stuff works. If you think I'm crazy, then go prove me wrong. If you do exactly what I'm telling you step by step, you're going to prove me right. Okay? Besides the fact that the science has backed me up, there's too much scientific evidence that wasn't around and didn't exist at the time of Neville. But there's one thing that none of these other gurus are teaching you. Mysticism. And that's what I'm here to teach you, okay? Now, maybe that's what I'll talk about tomorrow, the power of mysticism, because my goal is to awaken, if you'll listen to me, you to the true being that you really are. Or you can continue to let the world dictate to you how it's going to be. Because listen, you created that. You have to accept that you created that. It's so liberating when you finally say, hey, okay, I created this, because you did. Somehow, some way, you did. Accept that. You don't have to do anything other than accept it. And now, okay, you liberate yourself because you're no longer like that. I didn't know what I was doing back then, but I know what I'm doing now. I'm the operant power. I'm the creative power. I am so powerful, because when you admit that you're responsible for all that crap out there that you didn't like, and you accept responsibility because it was your thoughts that did it, somehow, some way, and you say, now, like for instance, I know I'm guilty. I never have enough money. I don't have enough money for what I want. Okay, now I say I always have more than enough. God supplies all my needs. I always have more than enough, and my wealth increases all the time. Or I tell myself that I have a certain amount of money in the bank, or that I always receive large sums of money out of the blue. Let God decide. Because if you have faith and you persevere, He's gonna reward you. Don't you want that reward? I want that reward. Of course I want that reward. It's all right there. Okay? Gotta have faith. Okay? You know what you've done. I did it. I'm going to continue to do it till that which I've done is externalized in my own reality. Okay? You know what you've done. Oh, it's done then. Thank you, Father, it's done. Or thank you, it's done. Thank you, universe. And the last thing I'm going to leave with is a technique that I just heard from Neville that I somehow haven't used in a long time. I forgot to mention it. It's similar to I Remember When, but instead, I knew her when she didn't have a nickel. I knew him when he wasn't a successful entrepreneur. I knew them when they weren't well known. Okay? Because now what you have created is the opposite. Because now they're all the opposite. Meaning she now is rich because she has more than a nickel. Okay? And they are well known now because they weren't well known. Okay? I knew them when. I knew her when. I knew him when. Okay, that's another technique I thought I'd share with you, because now you're saying that they have that which they didn't have previously. You're saying it's kind of like I remember when, but now it's I knew him or her when, or I knew them when. I knew her when she was unwell, meaning she's well now. Try that. I keep wanting to confuse it with I remember when. I knew him when he was sick. He's not sick anymore. I knew her when she wasn't married. I knew them when they weren't a married couple. Okay? That's another technique you can try to employ to help you navigate. I knew her when she didn't instantly manifest. Thank you. I knew her when she wasn't a YouTube professor. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I hope that's making sense. I'm not being funny, because I forgot about that one and I just remembered it, I think yesterday. I was like, oh yeah, it's similar to I remember when, but now you're going to say I knew him or her when. Okay? All right, guys. Remember Friday, again, with Pierre, collaboration, and we're going to talk about how all things are possible to you. Remember to please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you, all my subscribers. I love you. If you have any desire on your heart for a subliminal or hypnosis, please reach out. If you desire coaching, please reach out. And please, if you have any suggestions for content, because when you comment, that gives me an idea for content like today, because today was all about the power of mind and speech again, but discipline. It's about self-discipline and controlling yourself so that you only reflect out here, because you're being cognizant and disciplined about what you're putting in here, okay? Because then what you put in here gets impressed upon your subconscious mind and reflected out here, okay? That's how it works. Then, you know what? Because you know of that power and that you know it's all your point of view and that it comes from you, it all comes from you, you're going to be very powerful. My words can't describe the power that's within you. And not only that, it will be habitual and automatic, and you won't no longer have to be controlling yourself. Nope. No, that's a negative thought. Now I'm spending. Nope. It's going to be investment. It's going to be a positive thought. You get it? Investments. Stay away from spending and invest. All right? And that way you reap that glorious life that you deserve. If someone's told you the opposite, I've told you. Because tomorrow I'm going to talk about the power, like I said, of mysticism. Awake, oh sleeper. I'm going to wake you up. This is Dr. Source with Mystical Professor. You have yourself a great Monday. Take care.